you're on this complicated page wherein you can see how I'm trying to create a custom code component here in Framer so that it matches the one I have here in Hostinger. Now, the main difference is this one I was able to write primarily in CSS, HTML, and JavaScript, and I've partly used ChatGPT for edits. And I've also then tried to use ChatGPT to make some changes. So you can see here, let me put that away because it's not needed. You can see here how I given it the code and I tried to convert it into Framer after giving it the website. Now I know of a better way, but basically there's a couple of limitations that I've got so far because I have no idea yet how to use the animation from Framer Motion, so I need to learn it. But yeah, I've been told you can currently use other tools like Framer GPT, and I will be able to modify it. But basically, here is where I am currently. I've got the home page and I have it on the desktop. This is what I put in so far. And it doesn't work yet as perfectly as I've managed to do it in Hostinger. So there's still some work to be done. So if I press on preview, you can see that this navigation bar is not yet clickable. This is not yet clickable. This is somehow. And this one definitely doesn't behave in the same way that this one will behave. If I go now to the website, you can see that it highlights and I've got the animation in the background. So now I need to figure this out inclusive of the buttons. So yeah, it will take some time to adjust. But this is the progress so far. Let's see how long it actually takes me to do all of this. In case you're wondering, well, how do you learn to build all of these things, Emmanuel? How do you do that? Well, I simply watch YouTube videos. And to be honest, let's go here to this website and you can see that I've got getting started with property controls, Framer code components. So I use Framer from themselves. Then I've got Framer University. This one is the one I've used next, wherein he explains how they've trained the Framer GPT such that you go in and then you play and you interact with it until you basically get what you need. And in addition to that, I'm also probably going to take an extra course on React and what's necessary. You don't need all of that, and for my own use case, at least for now, I'm going to use this and I'm going to learn because I think it's very useful. And down the line, if I need very specified changes, I might either learn it full on myself, all the programming languages that have remained in addition to CSS, HTML, uh, finish React in JavaScript, but I can also hire a developer. And this is something that you might find yourself working with a lot, a developer to create certain customized components for your clients within Framer. Right, so I I thought I'm going to do this because freaking hell, I mean, this looks partly even better than I meant it to begin with. I don't like all the movement and the weird writing, but you can see here the moment I scroll over, and these are a bit slow, so I need to go in the code and maybe change myself some of the aspects, by myself. But it pulled it off, and that's fantastic. So I took this code. Of course, I miss currently the fill, and I need to figure that out. But yeah, you can use, with Framer GPT here. I just gave it the CSS, HTML, and JavaScript code I had before, and then it converted it into a directly working Framer component. So actually changing from Hostinger with custom components to Framer with custom components doesn't seem to be too difficult. So if I go now to pages and let me remove that and let's re-add it again from the assets. So I think it shows for whatever reason, right? It shows interactive rectangles. So let's just add it on the bottom. And let's go into preview and we'll see what happens. So yeah, I've got it here. And I even like how the animation kind of goes when I'm back into it. Let's reload. So what I found weird is that it doesn't go back to the black, but I'll figure that out later. And definitely the animation when I scroll over, I don't like it. And let's say when it opens, yeah, it does open to the page. This is again a limitation. You can definitely see that's from Hostinger. So this is how it should be now in tablet mode, but it's not. So I think this is super cool and fantastic. I'll just need to figure out now the sizings and the layers. But good job, Framer GPT. Good job, Framer.